24 armed groups and civil society organizations, including the Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, and the Sudan's People Liberation Movement, North, have signed a transitional constitution, seeking to override Sudan's 2019 transitional constitution. The agreement, which was signed early Monday morning in Nairobi at 4 a.m., proposes the formation of a new army and a new governance structure. The alliance insists that their goal is not to partition the country, but to maintain control over the entire Sudan, escalating the standoff between the RSF and Sudan's armed forces under the stewardship of General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. Here's Melita Oletenges with that report.
After a series of controversial meetings in Nairobi condemned by the United Nations and backed by the Kenyan government amid uproar by Kenyans, the newly formed Sudan Founding Alliance has introduced a new constitution days after signing a political charter. The constitution, signed by 24 armed and civil society groups, seeks to replace the 2019 Transitional Sovereignty Council's constitution and aims to redefine Sudan's political structure. The proposed constitution outlines a radical shift in Sudan's governance, a secular federal state that dismantles decades of Arabic Islamic rule. The goal is to separate religion from politics, establishing a three-tiered system of governance: federal, regional, and local.
We are not separatists and will not divide the country. We want government of Port Sudan to go so that we keep the remaining Sudan united. If government want to continue with the fighting, then we'll be in a position to defend ourselves. But if they go for negotiations, although we are ready to negotiate.
Despite the ongoing two-year war, the Sudan Founding Alliance is pushing for international recognition. They argue that Sudan's armed forces, led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, have no legitimacy, and their plan offers a path to peace for Sudan's people.
We rely on the legitimacy of our people, on the recognition of our people, and that is what I normally call internal legitimacy, which will in the future bring us external legitimacy or external recognition.
However, the call for legitimacy is also distant for the Sudan Founding Alliance. The RSF has been accused of massacring thousands, with reports of over 200 people shot dead while crossing the Nile in the White Nile area. The United Nations Security Council has condemned the creation of a parallel government in Sudan by the RSF and its allies.
The UN or whoever support this criminal government should be ashamed of themselves. We are here exercising our rights.
The RSF, led by Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, known as Hemeti, controls much of Darfur and parts of southern Sudan. One of its allies, the SPLM-North, led by Abdelaziz Al-Hilu, governs area in South Kordofan and Blue Nile states. The alliance has consolidated control over southern Sudan and gained access to borders with Libya, Chad, the Central African Republic, South Sudan, and Ethiopia.
Which has referred to
The Sudan Founding Alliance is calling for international recognition, but the United Nations maintains that both the RSF and the SAF are belligerents that have committed massive atrocities in the war that has been raging for 2 years now. And with the RSF and the SPLM-North now expected to join forces and form a new army, the Sudan Armed Forces maintains no government formed outside Sudan shall rule the country. Melita Oletenges, Citizen TV, Nairobi.